He's exploring.
Lose the parrot? Okay. It's now officially World Parrot Day. Patty is here from Pet Pals TV, along with Meerkat Mel from Silly Safaris. And tell us who you have here.
And this is Maverick, who doesn't want to come over because
he likes my shoulder.
This is Maverick. Maverick is a cockatiel.
Oh my gosh.
So cockatiels are one of the smallest of the parrot family.
Tell me more.
But they're also one of my favorites of the parrot family, especially if anyone's considering a parrot as a pet. They live to be about 15 to 30 years. They're native to Australia, but they're very sweet and loving by nature.
Yes.
He's a little lover.
And I did read where they said, because I'm learning about birds. I don't know a lot about birds, but this is one if you're considering, like for your family,
Yes,
they do good with kids too.
So a lot of parrots tend to be one-person dominant, especially the larger macaws and cockatoos and things like that, which also have really large beaks. So if you're thinking about getting one as a family pet, those ones are a little bit more temperamental. Cockatiels are known for being very sweet and very loving.
Oh!
Want to give kisses?
And there's like 350
different types of species
of parrots, and a lot of them are endangered too, right?
A lot of them are, yes, especially the bigger, like the Hassian macaws and things like that. And one thing that I wanted to talk about, since I had the chance to be on TV, so everyone loves a good pet bird and everything, and they think you clip the wings, okay, all good, we'll take them outside. But birds can actually take flight even if their wings are clipped. So I always recommend, if you're going to take your pet bird outside, that you have a flight suit.
Oh, how perfect.
Yeah. They come in all different sizes for all different birds, and some of them actually even have a built-in little dookie catcher.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you are shopping with your birdie or something and you don't want them to leave a little present, they got little dookie catchers on them. But this one is so great. It slips over the wings and slips around their waist, and then there's this little tethered cord. And again, they come in all different shapes and sizes depending on the size of the bird. But this actually will keep your bird safe when you're outside. That flight or fight response that birds get, you don't want them to get spooked and then try and fly away and hurt themselves, or if they get a little bit of air and end up in a couple trees far away.
He put his head down. He wants to be petted. Is that right?
Yes, that's what he does. He's so sweet.
And now that here's something you should know. They do live a long time, right?
They do. Now these ones don't live quite as long as a macaw. The average lifespan of a macaw can be 50 to 60 years.
Wow.
So with more of a cockatiel, they can tend to live to be about 10 to 15, sometimes up to 30 years old.
Now tell me a little bit more about the safari.
Yeah, so Silly Safaris, we actually get the pleasure of being with Patty once a month on Wild Wednesdays, and we're an animal entertainment company. We do a lot of animal education, enrichment. So we
teach
get all
kids,
the schools, preschools, and right now it's calving season with reindeer. So we've been really busy raising baby reindeer for Santa's future sleigh team. And
nice.
Okay. And you're on Facebook. How else can people get a hold of you?
TikTok, Facebook, or sillysafaris.com.
And what else can we do to support you?
Hey, we love all of the supporting the local animals and everything as well, donating to the shelters and helping with all of the dog rescues and everything. We try to bring awareness while we also have fun and have silly interactions with animals.
And it's wonderful to teach the kids, The main thing is if you see something out in the wild, leave it alone. Don't say, oh, that's beautiful, let's shoot it. No, leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
We've learned a lot, and I've learned a lot about birds. I want to hold the bird.
I say, not that you would ever see, if you saw one of these in the wild, it's not native. So actually, Maverick himself has actually spent a few days out in the woods from not having a flight suit on, but it's amazing how far they can actually get before they realize that they're not where they're supposed to be.
And he talks too, right?
So he doesn't talk as much. Cockatiels can talk. Usually the males talk more than the females. Other species if you look at an African gray, they can actually mimic not just words, but sounds. Like they can actually duplicate someone's voice. Maverick prefers show tunes.
Oh,
wow. Yeah. So
and I've heard that sometimes they can learn the bad words, and you have to be careful what you say.
So he does cat calls and things. Usually if he sees a mirror, you talk? You sing? No. He usually will whistle a lot more.
He did whistle just a little bit.
I heard it.
Isn't that something?
He does it to get attention, but when he had his brother Goose, now that really didn't think that through. Goose is no longer with us. Should have seen that coming.
And one more thing, you're supposed to be careful. Don't give them a mirror because they can fall in love with their own image, right?
They really do like to look at themselves. He does do cat calls when he sees himself. It's pretty funny.
I've learned so
Noises
much.
Now, well, listen, we have much more on Pet Pals TV on Saturdays right here
Yes.
on Wish TV at 10:30. You can also go to petpalstv.com and watch Great Day TV right before that at 10 o'clock. I want to thank you both for coming in.
And also on Pet Pals TV today.